Guys, please join me in again extending a warm Aussie welcome to John Donahoe, our CEO.
I'll make a bold pronouncement, which is that how people shop and pay will change more in the next 3 years than they have in the last 10. It's not just online, that's offline as well. And to simplify things down, there's three or four fundamental trends, fundamental things that are happening that are having a fundamental impact in what we do. Mobile. How many people here have a smartphone? Is that changing how you shop? Could you envision that changing how you pay? Right? Over half of the world's online access will come through mobile devices 3 years from now. Mobile's having a profound impact on how people shop and how they pay. Second, local, tied to mobile. Anyone here seen the Red Laser application that we bought in the US? You've probably got similar things here where you walk in with an iPhone or a BlackBerry and you scan an item in a store and it immediately pops up the best prices online as well as the inventory and other parts. Is that an online transaction or an offline? Is that e-commerce or is that retail? The fact is the lines are blurring. And technology and mobile technology is going to bring all that local inventory online, and that line between online and offline is going to blur. Social. Anyone here use Facebook? Social. What's the impact social is going to have on shopping? Shopping in the offline world is a hugely social activity. Going to the mall, the proverbial mall. I would assert shopping is going to have a big impact. Social is going to have a big impact on how people shop online as well. And guess what? I don't know how. Nobody knows how. That's the opportunity for us, and that's the threat. And lastly, digital goods. How many people here have bought a digital book? Digital books didn't exist 2 years ago. How many people here envision buying physical books 3 years from now? Not many. Not many. Movies. Music's already happened, right? So the whole world digitizing, social games. PayPal's largest merchant worldwide is a social gaming network that didn't exist 18 months ago. Largest non-eBay merchant. So there's profound change happening in the environment around us, and that's both a threat to our company as leaders in e-commerce and leaders in payments, and it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity that we have to capitalize on. So I wouldn't view the two as contradictory with one another. Let me go back to, and there could be confusion on this. The reason in the eBay business we said we were going to quote-unquote focus on the big three was we found that customers were responding to the same things across most of our markets, certainly across the Australian market, Europe, and the US. And because a lot of what we had to do was so fundamental to our marketplace, we called it the big three, if you will, to zero in on those things. Because at the time, we had each country trying to do something different. And so whether it's managed marketplace and improving trust, expanding selection, or driving great deals, we've said that we want to have a clear set of priorities for those three markets. And those priorities will apply here in the Australian market. Now, what is not yet happened is that the global platform is to the stage where changes we roll out in one market can quickly roll out in another. And Deb and Jay Lee and Mark Cargis will have a dialogue over the next 3 months that will set the time frame when we can roll some of those same changes that go on in the other markets into Australia. That said, that doesn't mean Asia's not a priority and Australia's not a priority. It doesn't mean you can't drive innovation. And you know, necessity is the mother of invention, and frankly, partly because you can't just depend on these great big changes happening elsewhere. You guys have innovated in ways, things like the daily deal, like the big deal, things like the way you've pushed C2C auctions. I think you've been among the innovators in balancing C2C and B2C in the way you've thought about it. Things like you've pushed some of the category expansion, right? You were the first that we were trying the stuff you tried around, what, real estate you tried? What were some of the other categories? Yes. Real estate, services, and others. And so the mindset that you have here of innovation and not waiting till someone else is the right mindset.
We've got also just a little thank you. Each of you will be receiving a photograph by Ken Duncan, which is an Australian photographer, is highly acclaimed. It's a certified photograph. There's only 2,000 of these in the world. So it's very, very unique. And that's from the whole eBay Inc. family.
Great. Thank you very much.